What is up, friends and family? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. This is Let's Talk Herbs. Yeah, we're in the car, but good news is I'm talking about giving away free snakes. So don't leave unless you're an a-hole. If you're an a-hole, get out of here. And I'll tell you why you can leave. All right, so here's what happened on October 6th. Actually, let's back it up because it starts earlier. At the start of October, I think it was the 29th of September, the United States government shut down. They ran out of funding. And they said, you know what? We're not going to reopen. We're not going to pay federal employees. We're going to close national parks. I'm not going to pay those employees. And we're not going to fund certain programs. Some programs they will, some programs they won't. One of the programs they chose not to fund is SNAP, aka food stamps. And it's only about 41 million Americans who rely on it, the majority of which are disabled, elderly, or children. So that's who's losing their food benefits in this month of November, because they're not releasing the funds despite a court order requiring them to. So that's all happening, and I'll jump back. So on October 6th, I had 17 Brazilian rainbow boa babies. Now this is a breeding loan agreement with me and the partner from the last letter, Evie, and she gets 8 of those babies. I'm gonna keep one of them, so that leaves 8 remaining. 3, unfortunately, are showing symptoms of a failure to thrive. So I'm hoping they'll do okay. I'm gonna work with them and baby them as much as I can and give them as much TLC. I haven't given up on them yet. But this is the sad reality of breeding snakes that I'm coming to learn, and not a fan of that, let me tell you. But it is now November. We just had a big election in which the majority of people didn't vote. So across the country, there's elections all over, even in these resounding, they called it a blue wave, and these liberal moments. And it's great, honestly. It's great for the country, and it shows you just how fed up people are with the current regime. But still the largest block of voters in America is the non-voter. And if you don't know what I mean by that, just look up what percentage of Americans don't vote. The number is crazy high. It's over 50%. And that's not great. That's a major, major problem. But it also shows us just who exactly is trying to represent us. That most people would rather not show up and would rather not get involved than throw their lot in with either of these two jokers. So that just goes to show you how deeply messed up things are with the political state as it is. But no matter how you look at it, one thing I do know is that people who vote right and people who vote left are both going hungry without their SNAP benefits, because both Republicans and Democrats are on SNAP. You're gonna find that the narrative of the welfare queen is a major myth. If you believe it, go ahead and click that unsubscribe button right now. Or better yet, reach out to me, Stephen Lewis, on Facebook, Let's Talk Herp on Instagrams, and Let's Talk Herps at gmail.com. If you want to email me, I'm happy to talk about it. And save those contact info for later too, when I tell you about the giveaway. As a result, the government is shut down, and the president, what's his name? I can't think of his name. He has said that he's not going to release the funds, despite a court order telling him to release the $5 billion in reserve USDA funds. He's not going to do it just because, like, not gonna do it, because he doesn't know what it's like to be hungry, because he grew up rich. He doesn't know how important that is to people. It's insane to me that federal employees can go 2 months without a paycheck, and now we're just going to remove SNAP benefits for 41 million Americans, 16 million of whom are children. And somehow we think that this is like politics. This is way beyond politics. If you think this is politics, go ahead and comment, I hate these politics, and I will give you a thumbs up. But to me, this isn't politics. This is real life. People are going hungry. And it's November. I don't know if you know, but November is the month of Thanksgiving. So when we're all gathering around our tables with full of food, the yams, mac and cheese, the sweet potato pie, the pecan pie, the pumpkin pie, the apple pie, the turkey, the cranberry sauce. Some people do lamb, some people do ham. All of it. The stuffing, oh my God, the stuffing. While we're gathered around stuffing our faces like a turkey, there are 41 million Americans who didn't get any money for food this month. And they're relying on the benevolence and the generosity of others, whether that's their family, whether that's a stranger, but it could be you. So just the other day, I donated $200 to a local food pantry. I wish it was more. I wish I could put an extra 0 on the end of that, but I don't got it like that. And what I can tell you is they do a wonderful job with money. So some places, they say donate items, not money. With food banks, donate money because they can go buy groceries at a discounted rate and they get a better price on it. So your dollar goes further if they have it as opposed to if you have it, or if you just bring them the food at that value. But if you want to do that, you can do that too. Run to Costco, get a big pallet of lettuce or fruit or bread and drop that off to them. If you have non-perishable cans in your pantry that you're not eating, pick those up, put them in a bag and drop those off at your local food bank. They need help. People need help. People are going to go hungry. And I'm not talking about like emaciated, starved, like standing out in the gutter with flies flying around them and stuff like that. But I am talking about people skipping meals, about kids going to school hungry, which, by the way, we also think in a lot of places that they shouldn't fund school meals because somehow that's the big evil thing that's destroying America is free school meals for children. But when we stop and we stop thinking about winning our political elections and just scoring points, right, against the opponent, and we start thinking about the world that we live in and the people that we live in here with, like I said, Republicans and Democrats are both going to go hungry this month. Republicans and Democrats are both going to be without while everyone else is feasting. So I personally am skipping the feast. I can't do it. I don't have that kind of appetite when my fellow man is going hungry, and it seems to be a political, talking point and not the reality. So I'm sick of it. I'm sick of regular working class humans being treated as leverage for a political campaign. 41 million people are on food stamps, many of them employed by giant corporations like Walmart and McDonald's, who get away with paying a substandard living wage because of these government resource programs like this. Because the same people that want to cut those resources and they want to cut food stamp and funding, they also refuse to raise the minimum wage because profit matters more than people. If you're like me and if you think people matters more than profit, then I've got an opportunity for you to win a free Brazilian rainbow boa. And it's not even a win. It's not a contest. It's just an opportunity. It's available to the first 5 people. Like I said, I've got potentially 8 babies that I'm going to claim as my own. And 3 of them aren't doing so well, so I make 5 available. And of those 5, you get to be the first in line and pick. All you have to do is show me a donation of $150 or more. But you know what? To your local food bank or a similar resource. If you got something pretty similar, I'd like to hear it. But this is really focused on food insecurity since we are in the month of Thanksgiving. Show me that donation of $150 more, or better yet, send it to me and I will send it to a food bank of your choice or my choice. That way we can, be assured that it's on the up and up and that you're eligible for the contest. I don't really care how it's done, but I promise we'll make it get to the right place. And show me that receipt and talk to me, because another thing is that this is only available to certain people. And by certain people, I mean by people who didn't get us in this mess in the first place. So if you're supporting this regime, President, I can't think of his name. They got the stupid red hats, and I'm a Dodger fan, so I only wear the blue. But that guy, if you support him, then frankly, you got us in this mess, and I'm not interested in playing along with you and giving you a discounted snake, because that's what it is. So if you want a snake at half price, donate the money to a food bank and talk to me instead. Email me at letstalkherps@gmail.com. Message me at Facebook at Stephen Lewis, or find me on Instagram at letstalkherps. Or you could join the Patreon like these 3 people. I've offered each of them a baby as well. So if they take me up on it, I'm going to lose money on this. But that's okay, because the whole point of this is to get money into the food banks, because they really need it. So I don't have a ton of money, like I said, personally to donate, but I do have these snakes, and even though they're not available now before Thanksgiving, you can reserve them now. And I wish I had them available to give them. They could come right out and they'd be available to go, but they were just born, so they're gonna need to get established and then be ready to ship out in the early spring. But yeah, I wish I had more. I wish I had something I could offer up right away. But I don't know what else to do, and I'm trying to encourage people to go out and donate. And even if you can't hit that 150 mark, if you wanted to throw $10, $20, or like I said, just bring the cans out of your pantry, please do so. This is the month to do so. This is really the month to do so. If you haven't done it before, please do it now. Go to your local food bank. Help people in need. And like I said, so fans of and supporters of that guy, I forget, the red hat idiot. He's really old, dude, and I can't think of his name. But if you're down with the clown, then frankly, don't get a rainbow boa from me, because you got us here, and I don't have that many babies to give out or sell, and frankly, I don't want to deal with you. This is, like I said, this is well beyond politics. This is about good versus bad, right versus wrong, and frankly, it's wrong to end food stamps. If you disagree with me, go ahead and tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear it. But you know what, share it amongst your friends as well, so that they could see this video and leave comments about how they dislike it as well. That would really help, help your cause as well as mine. So that's it, guys. Brian Cusco always says, what does he say? Be kind to your reptiles, be kind to each other. Lori says something similar. Love your animals, be kind to your animals. That's it. I want to have a similar sign off, you guys. Be kind to one another. There's a lot of people needing help right now, and I will mention too that I'm past kindness to certain people. So there's something called the paradox of intolerance. Paradox of tolerance, not intolerance. And the bottom line essentially is that we cannot tolerate intolerance. And that's where we're at right now. And it's not half of the country. You'll hear people refer to it as half the country. It's not half the country. It's about 32% of the country who thinks that this is a good idea, which that number is, to me, crazy. It's crazy high that 32% of the people think that there shouldn't be, that we shouldn't give food stamps to people, not understanding that this same ideology supports massive corporate welfare and huge tax subsidies for the ultra rich, who are in fact the real welfare queens. So I'm over it. I don't tolerate intolerance anymore. And as far as I can tell, not providing food stamps to people as a punishment to the Democrats for not allowing the current regime to strip healthcare subsidies for Americans, which would make health insurance for, I think it's something like 16 million people would lose their health insurance, and then another 50 or 60 million people would see rates that are doubled, tripled, or even quadrupled. It's unrealistic, it's unaffordable, and as things get crazier and crazier and crazier, the last thing we need is to be spending 4 times as much on our health insurance. I'm really fortunate. I have a local government job that has really good benefits. I just dodged layoffs earlier, like 2 months ago. I just found out that the budget that we passed would be amended just enough so that I got to actually keep my job, but I was scheduled for layoffs. So it's trickling down on all levels, but I just can't imagine what it would be like to be a federal worker and to have missed 2 paychecks already. I've got a fair amount of credit, so maybe I could live off that, but I don't know how I'd make the payments the following month. So that's where we're at. One thing I should mention, if that's you, check with your credit card company, because I do believe they're allowing skipped payments or reduced payments if you've been affected by the shutdown. So definitely check with your credit card company. And if you're not getting SNAP, go to your local food bank. Hopefully there's been a outpouring of support this month. I know a lot of my friends have offered some sort of benefit. I actually stole this idea from Alex on Riley's Patreon, who was doing a wonderful thing, doing a raffle for lots of people. And like I said, I wish I had animals to raffle immediately, or I don't know if it's a raffle, excuse me, but an auction and a charity giveaway. But I wish I had something to give away immediately. But we can get you on the list for something that comes out your way early next year. But we're trying to make the donation now when it counts. So that's it, folks. I'm not going to go on a huge political rant here. This is, like I said, it's a reality issue to me. Someone contacted me, and it's been crazy because I've gotten a lot of new followers recently, and I've just done a little bit to return to the channel, not a ton, but people have messaged me, and several people actually came out and direct messaged me and wanted to tell me that they like me and they like my content, but just to like kind of say, hey, just so you know, we don't always agree on things politically. Okay, that's great. If you think that corporate taxes should be lower because that's where the economy is driven from, and individual taxes should be lower because when we have money in our pockets, we spend it. I'll hear it. That's a political argument. But if you tell me that people on food stamps are freeloaders who are mooching off the government, that's not a political argument. That's one, it's factually inaccurate because their mooching is far lower than the wild subsidies that many of their employers get. But beyond that, it's just mean. And I'm over these mean politics. I'm over the politics of abducting people in the street. That's not politics. It's illegal. It's against the Constitution. They're not getting due process. 2, it's just evil. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer to a cohesive American society. But I do know that separating families ain't it. I do know that disappearing street people off of the streets, I do know that sending troops into cities with opposing political viewpoints than the current regime is not it. That is not how you bring a country together. That is not how you make America great. America is made great based on its diversity, based on an influx of new values, and based on its willingness to always stand up for what's right. And we're not doing that right now as a government, so you and I need to do it as a people. So that's why I'm asking you to donate to your local food bank. Food, money. If you want to donate money, if you want a rainbow bow at half price, I'm still going to make you pay shipping. I'm sorry. Then donate money to a food bank. Send me the receipt. Talk to me about it. I'd love to make sure that you get one of my snakes. You're the type of people that I want to give snakes to, and I want to have these Brazilian rainbow boas. So that's it, folks. I hope you have a wonderful day. As you could tell, if you follow the election results from November 4th, 2025, the country is pretty sick of what's going on, because left-leaning ideas across the board, not some of them, not more than others, all of them, every Democrat idea and every candidate, every progressive candidate won. Every Donald Trump-backed candidate, I remembered his name, lost. J.D. Vance's brother lost in an election. So we need to keep that energy going forward. But elections aren't enough when a government denies that the results are real. So we have to rely on each other just a little bit. Be there for your fellow man and woman, and see what you can donate. If you're in need, please don't feel like this message is for you. By all means, thank you for everything you've done and you're going through as well. So that's it, guys. I got to get to work. I hope you have a wonderful day.